It was late December 2017, in the middle of the night. Inside, I was fast asleep. Outside, the world was blanketed with a fresh coat of white pureness. When suddenly, I heard, "Scream! Beep, beep, beep! Scream! Beep, beep, beep!" I thought, what the heck is that sound? What time is it? I don't have to be up for hours. I walked over to the second floor bedroom window and looked out. You know what I saw? I saw a pickup truck with a big shovel on the front of it, clearing my neighbor's driveway. And it wasn't my neighbor. It was Hal's sleep-wrecking snow clearing service. Mr. Workshop Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. A lot of people hire a service like Hal because they're worried about their backs. But every year, people, some as young as I am, die or suffer from a heart attack while shoveling snow. According to U.S. cardiologist Dr. Barry Franklin, hundreds of Americans die each year from cardiac-related injuries associated with this activity. Canadian statistics? I haven't got any. But you don't want to become one. If you lead a sedentary lifestyle, got a few extra pounds around the middle, maybe even a latent heart condition, and you choose to do a strenuous activity with your relatively weak arms during a weak time of your circadian rhythm, out in the cold wind, which constricts your arteries, reducing blood flow, well, you're setting yourself up for a heart attack. I looked out at my second floor window, reviewing these facts. And before you could say frostbite, I was donning my snow boots and slipping on my toque. 30 minutes later, I was all done. And as you can see, I survived. Thanks to these 4 surefire labor-saving techniques for clearing snow that I'm going to share with you today. These techniques may save your life, and you could also use them to improve your life. Tip number 1. When snow first falls, that's the best time to shovel it. Over time, it gets denser and stickier and heavier. The sun's rays are not your friend. And you might wait for it to warm up and melt. I don't think that's a good idea. You could roll the dice, but it might turn to ice. So remember tip number 1, if you wait until later, the work might get greater. Tip number 2, traditional snow shoveling equipment has a straight shaft and a little blade at the end and requires this kind of action. And repeat. Improvements to that have been seen where there's ergonomic handles and a bent shaft that transfers the lifting effort using lever action to your legs. Well, I've got a snow shovel that beats all of those, and you can buy it. It's a lot more pricey. It's called a snow pusher. It's got a wide front. Some of you are shaking your heads. It's got a wide front and a big semicircular scoop on the front, large light aluminum poles. You brace it against your body and you just push, and you push, and you push, and the snow gets pushed to where you want it to go. It even shoots at 3 feet in the air out in front of you if you push it hard enough. Tip number 2 is save yourself some joules and use the right tools. That's where I come with tip number 3. One of the reasons that I could clear my driveway so effectively, I believe, is because it's flat and then slopes off towards the street. I put my snow pusher at the top of the driveway, brace it against my body, and I push and push and push, and it starts building up a mound of snow in front of it, and just as it gets too heavy to push, I get an assist from the force of gravity. If you've got a sloping driveway, always start up and work down. Tip number 3, take the path of least resistance so you can get some free assistance. Finally, tip number 4, yes, I push all the snow to the end of my driveway, and I make a little room for my car to get in and out. Now I got the snow down there that has to be dealt with, but I don't deal with it. Because I know when the snow plows come by, they've got this big lever barrier that blocks snow from filling up my driveway. So I don't bother. I wait for them to clear it. Lighten your future load. And remember what's down the road. So my 4 labor-saving tips for shoveling snow are: number 1, if you wait until later, the work might get greater. Number 2, save yourself some joules and use the right tools. Number 3, take the path of least resistance so you won't need any assistance. And number 4, look down the road because you could lighten your future load. Remember these tips when you're shoveling snow. And you may be asking, well, what if there's 20 or 30 centimeters of snow? What if I don't want to push 3 tons of precipitation? Well, I suggest you call Hal and get yourself some good earplugs. Mr. Workshop Chair.